In this world, peace has broken out. Its influence has spread across the continent and left its population safe, but with nothing to do. What will our characters do with nothing but flowers and sunshine to look at? Well, enter Chaika the Coffin Princess to mix things up and bring back the warfare that our main characters crave. The story is primarily about a magical princess named Chaika Gaz, but she's no bubblegum princess. She carries a huge coffin on her back, which is not there in case of her death or a place to hide in cowardice. It carries a huge sniper rifle, which is capable of shooting spell-laced bullets, whose arsenal includes mystical saw blades to beams of intense sunlight to deter enemies. It's an all-action weapon for Chaika to use in her quest to find her father's body, which has been dismembered and strewn across the continent of Verbitas. Why has someone gone to great lengths to do a far more macabre version of Dragon Ball? It's because Chaika's father was the former ruler of the Empire and was considered to be a tyrant, and so to prevent him from returning, they sliced him up. 5 years ago, he was defeated, and Chaika was taken to safety and hidden away until now. Along the way, she bumps into the Akura siblings, Toru and Akari, a pair of struggling mercenaries known as saboteurs, essentially more slender berserkers, who are living in poverty thanks to the peace that has been imposed. Chaika enlists them to take back her father's arm, but resists telling them that the true origin behind the article they're finding, or her real name. She's worried that she'll be turned over and captured, and quite rightly so. If the daughter of the emperor that once tried to destroy your family turned up, you'd be a little miffed, wouldn't you? Master Gillette, the most Bishonen a man can get, leader of the supposed good guys, tries to talk Toru into turning over Emperor Gaz's hand, but he chooses to risk an all-out war in order to get his money, as well as feeling a soft spot for Chaika. You can't blame him. She's so cute! Chaika is mascot material. She has a distinctive look, personality and diction, which is fashioned with broken sentences and direct commands instead of regular grammar and speech. It stands her out from others and makes her all the more endearing. She's not an evil person. She doesn't want to get her father's limbs back to perform some satanic ritual, or as far as we know at this point, but to just merely give him the funeral he deserved and to lay his soul to rest. When we hear this explanation, I felt a little bit of my heart melt and thought to myself, yes, I will risk global warfare so you can find your father's wig. Her background is slowly introduced instead of thrust in our faces early on. Her gun, known as a gundo, is teased at first. All we get is that it's a magic gun, and that's all we need to know right now. In time, we'll get to know it more, and we'll feel all the more involved and impressed with the mechanics that it and the magic surrounding it conveys. Toru and Akari are a decent brother-sister combination in that they fight like siblings do, but they will defend each other to the end and stand firm against adversity with their similar traits. Toru can be seen as whiny when the horror of work and responsibility rears its ugly head, but he does knuckle down in the end and gets things done. Akari is a straight arrow with nothing complicated about her. She's there to make sure Toru doesn't get killed, or that no one kills him except her. The character development seen in the first few episodes is where I give Chaika the Coffin Princess the most praise. I feel like I know the characters and their overarching storyline. I'm not left guessing what they're thinking or what they're like. I know who they are, and I want to support them in whatever they do. The show feels like a solid package, and when you look at the team behind it, you understand why. Bones Animation Studio is one of the best in the anime business in creating hits. Their success ratio is one of the highest out there, with shows like Full Metal Alchemist and Ouran High School Host Club being just 2 of their classics. We can't forget Captain Earth, another spring 2014 anime I'm covering, which looks just as compelling as the show we're looking at now. The show looks clean and well presented with a clear aesthetic direction, which is greatly appreciated. It's not the best looking out there, but it's certainly above average, which is alright with me. The artwork doesn't offend, and that's what counts when you got a narrative which is wholly character driven. There are some cool action scenes which left me slack-jawed, such as a unicorn being sliced in half, showing Bones' mastery at pure fast-paced action. My only concern is that Chaika has been made to look slightly more moe than her manga counterpart, and much cuter than the car she's named after. Seriously, Google it. It's a Russian car maker. It's not a major gripe, but something to take note of. She's still cute, especially her eyebrows. Don't mention them to her, she's sensitive about them. I was looking forward to Chaika the Coffin Princess and vocalized my interest during the spring previews. I was not disappointed. It's a charming story with an ultra-charming and iconic leading lady. Granted, it's not an earth-shattering anime in terms of production or quality, but it's a solidly pieced together series, which will guarantee a smile and a committed fanbase. The world is maturely constructed, and I feel that I can get my head around the magical mechanics, which are laid out slowly instead of dumped in one go like magical warfare. I can safely say that we will see Chaika cosplayers begin to appear at anime conventions soon enough. This show will have a strong following. Chaika the Coffin Princess is available to stream on Crunchyroll. My rating? Continue. A solid series which has potential to become a tour de force in mainstream anime. If you like what you heard, please visit my Patreon campaign to help grow Anifile at patreon.com/MasakoX.